Well, we've examined how you start a healthy marriage, but how do you keep it going? We go now to Location Shoot with the heart of a new relationship to listen for those answers.
And all the honor and glory and praise, Lord, I give to you. I give to you.
Paul and Andrea Lau are in a band. They're also married.
Glory and praise, Lord, I give to you. I give to you.
We first met at church, and Paul was sitting on the piano, playing away and smiling.
I was playing piano in church, and then the following Sunday, Andrea ended up joining the choir, and she actually stood right next to me.
I joined the choir, so we got to know each other through practices and rehearsals and, say, Christmas productions.
From that moment on, we started practicing at church, but then we started hanging out with each other outside of church.
We just became friends, the best of friends. We went out with people from church.
Socializing and playing some ball and doing some music together.
Started dating, and that was it.
Paul and Andrea say they just knew it was right, and 6 months later, they tied the knot.
It's been quite an amazing trip. I am very happy, and I know I can speak for the both of us. We're amazingly happy together as what God has brought us through to this moment.
It's, I think, more than both of us expected.
Absolutely.
It's really a joy to know that I'm with Paul every single day and that he's there for me all the time. And I think the same goes for him also.
Were you surprised?
Yeah,
I was surprised.
That's a good one too. That's a really good
That's
one.
an amazing shot. That one's there.
Toast.
Toast. That's a toast.
Cutting our first cake.
Oh, yeah.
The couple isn't riding high off honeymoon fumes. They're doing well by grounding themselves in their faith.
There it is.
That's a good one. A signing.
Yeah. We go to God's Word, and God's Word tells us what to do. And that's our standard. You can get 100 different opinions from 100 different people, but there's only one opinion that matters, and that's what God says.
It'd be prayer and studying God's Word, because it's what our relationship is based on. So overcoming problems or hurdles, as you put it, it all has to do with the prayer time that we have together. Just us, just the two of us.
Another way to overcome hurdles is counseling. Sharon Ramsey has been counseling couples for more than a decade.
What counseling can offer couples is a chance to take time and focus on their relationship. Certainly in our era, people are really busy, perhaps 2 careers, lots of kids, an ailing parent, and it can become really easy to forget about the person that you say that you love. And so we see counseling as one way in which couples can maintain a connection, deal with any rough spots in the relationship, and grow together. I think counseling works for a number of reasons. The first would be that the person who is acting as therapist doesn't have a vested interest in the relationship. It's not a parent or a best friend, a third party who may be, may be biased towards one or the other partner. A counselor is trained to stand back a little bit and help the couple deal with their relationship.
Ramsey says a good relationship is founded on great communication.
In my practice, most couples will come in saying we don't communicate well. And what I think that often means is that there's something going on in the relationship they don't like, and they're not sure how to address it.
When and if we fight, it's always based on misunderstanding, miscommunication, and a lot to do with pride. I'm right, you're wrong.
Maybe one person didn't hear something right or didn't understand what you were trying to say or do. So, and then an argument or a fight does occur.
You cannot let something go for a day. You cannot let something go for an evening. You cannot let something go for a second. If there's a problem there, and you've heard this, just catch it at the wick, you deal with it right then.
Another way to keep the marriage in tune is giving it a marital checkup.
First, they would be contacting OEMFT either by telephone or by our website, and then based upon their geographical location, they will be assigned a therapist who will do the checkup with them. The therapist will call, make sure they understand the purpose of the checkup, that it's not therapy, it really is just a checkup for 50 minutes, and a date will be set. Alrighty, so here's the Powell checklist. All you have to do is complete it. Don't
Paul and
talk about
Andrea
it.
gave themselves that checkup.
I guess the hook really is Valentine's Day. We know there's a huge market for cards and flowers and whatnot for a relationship, but we want to encourage couples to think about their relationship all the time. So while they're in that sort of relationship mode, why not pay attention to the nuts and bolts of the relationship that you're in, and do that with someone who can help you make some changes or just congratulate you for doing a good job. Okay then, so Paul, Andrea, you're all done?
Yes.
Okay, let me just take those. I think for Christian couples it's really important for them to identify how Christ is in their relationship. I think Christ can be, when given free rein, can be the glue that holds couples together. When you're having a really rough time of it and you think, you know, I'd rather this person just get up and leave, you can look back to those marriage vows and say, but I made a vow before God. And that can be enough to say, all right, I'm going to try again.
Intimacy means a lot of things to a lot of people. But for us, intimacy is being able to have a very strong relationship between the two of us.
There's a real sense for me from this that you like each other. You know what I mean? Like you can love somebody, but sometimes you may not like them so much, but I get a sense that you actually like each other. And that just causes the love to grow.
He's what keeps us together. God doesn't make mistakes. He put us together. So we know that we should love each other the way that He wants us to.
I want to say that it's a real pleasure for me to have my first couple this year to be doing so well and so aware of how they can keep their marriage vital. So I want to
Jesus is number one for us. He is the ultimate example of love, of kindness, of forgiveness.
Jesus didn't come to me because I was perfect. He came to me because He loved me, and He wanted to help me move and become the person that I want to be. So, Paul, lovely to meet you.
Thank you.
Andrea, thank you for coming.
Thanks.
There you go.
Thank you very much.
Off you go.
Okay.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Keep Christ number one. Keep Him the center of your relationship. And all things will follow after that.
And tell your wife that you love her every day. And tell your wife that she's
That works.
beautiful.
Lord, I give to you. I give to you.
Well, if you're interested to know how your marriage is doing, you can sign up for the marriage checkup through our website. And there's lots of interesting resources to help a marriage be happily ever after at listenuptv.com. So take a look at that website and join us again next week as we examine the spiritual side behind the story. Thank you for joining us. I'm Lorna Dueck. If you have any questions, comments, or story ideas, write us at Listen Up, Box 5100, Burlington, Ontario, L7R4M2. Or send us an email, listenup@listenuptv.com.